Hello and welcome back to Friday Night Magic here on StephenPlays. Today, we are taking on the finale of the Shadows over Innistrad arc. We have fought all sorts of devilish ghoulies. We fought werewolves. We fought vampires. We fought the boy band The Ghoul Crawlers. And then we fought a bunch of really pissed off townsfolk. But today, we are fighting this woman. I guess. I don't know. We'll learn more in a second. The Archangel Avison, former protector of Innistrad, descends into the cathedral in a flurry of bloody wings, leaving a wake of fiery destruction behind her. Avison's mind is a maze of frenzied turbulence that sends the telepath Jace reeling. Tamio runs to his aid, though she too is struggling through the Archangel's madness. Okay, so we're still Jace, but we also have Tamio, and we're fighting the Archangel Avison, who, honestly, just based on this image, is very frightening. I'm scared. Let's do it. Jason Tamio versus Avison. So, are we playing blue and white? Blue and white and green. Interesting. So, we've kind of had the same deck for the entire arc, but now for this finale, we get some really cool cards, and that sounds fun to me. So we have a forest, we have a glacial fortress, we have a hinterland harbor, and we have prairie. We have plenty of land. We have all the land we'll ever need. Sage of Ancient Lore. Sage of Ancient Lore's power and toughness are each equal to the number of cards in your hand. When Sage of Ancient Lore enters the battlefield, draw a card. At the beginning of each upkeep, if no spells were cast last turn, transform Sage of Ancient Lore. He's a 7/7 now because of the hand size we have. Becomes Werewolf of Ancient Hunger. Vigilant and Trample. A Werewolf of Ancient Hunger's power and toughness are each equal to the total number of cards in all players' hands. At the beginning of each upkeep, if a player casts 2 or more spells, transform it. Okay. Journey to Nowhere, which is a great enchantment. Exile target creature. When this leaves the battlefield, it gets returned. And then Clip Wings. Instant. Each opponent sacrifices a creature with flying. This is a fun hand, except we don't have anything to play forever. We don't have any creatures until 5, and that makes it bad, which is unfortunate because otherwise it's not bad. Draw a new hand. Okay, this is better. This is somewhat better. We still have access to the colors, which is good. We have a Graph Mole, which is a 2/4 mole beast. Whenever you sacrifice a clue, you gain 3 life, which is neat because we have some cards that make clues. Like this one, for 3. Tireless Tracker, a 3/2 human scout. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, investigate. Whenever you sacrifice a clue, put a 1/1 counter on Tireless Tracker. Well, and we have 2 Clip Wings. Okay, so the problem here is that we don't have anything to play until turn 3. That's the problem. That's not a huge issue, but it could be a huge issue. There's no telling how fast Avison's deck moves. So this could be very suicidal to just jump into this hand. But I gotta admit, I like this hand because this has got the clue, and they both benefit from the clue. We've got things to sacrifice flying creatures, and Avison is an angel. I presume that she has flying creatures. We've also got every land type. That's kind of making me want to hold on to it. I'm gonna hold on to it. We also play first. I'm going to start with Sunpetal Grove. It enters the battlefield tapped, but it doesn't matter because we don't have anything else to play. Next turn, we can put in the island if we really wanted to, and then we have all of our land available to us, which is good. We got an Evolving Wilds. Okay. Sacrifice Evolving Wilds, search your library for a basic land card, put it into the battlefield tapped, and shuffle your library. The game is telling us to do this now because it comes in tapped, and we should do it now because we still don't have anything to play for 2. I mean, I guess we could essentially play Clip Wings, but we're probably not going to this early in the game. So we should go ahead and do Evolving Wilds. The question is, what are we going to go do? I don't know. Let's just use it and see what is available. See what our deck split is. We've got 4 blue mana, 4 forests, and 1 plains. We already have access to a plains, so I know for a fact that we have some blue cards that require 2 islands. So I'm going to get that. I think that probably makes the most sense. Okay, Avison's next turn. Obviously can't attack, goes to the end step. Nothing is happening, which is weird, but also I will take it. Let's get the forest in. We drew Bygone Bishop, a 2/3 Flying Spirit Cleric. Whenever you cast a creature card, or a creature spell with converted mana cost 3 or less, you get to investigate. Oh my god, all these guys investigate. Huh. Okay. Alright. So, because of that, these all benefit from investigate. That means we have to do this correctly. If we cast this, then these guys, when we cast each of them, we get a free clue. That's good. So we want to do that. When you sacrifice a clue, you gain 3 life. So that guy's got to be out before we start sacrificing clues. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, investigate. When you sacrifice a clue, okay. So what we want to do is we want to get this thing out, because when we play this, we'll get a clue. Then we'll put a land in, and we'll get another clue. That's what we want to do. So this guy needs to go in first. There is an order of operations to this, and you don't have to follow it, but if you do, the cards will start to combo. You will start to get all of these additional bonuses. Now, sometimes I miss them, and that's where you guys come in, and you have to jump into the comments and say, hey, you missed that. But this is one where I think I'm paying attention. Paranoid Parish Blade, a 3/2 human soldier. Delirium. Paranoid Parish Blade gets +1 power and has first strike as long as there are 4 or more card types among cards in your graveyard. Okay. Interesting. Now note that's card types, not colors. So card types would be enchantment, land, creature, etc. Alright, so we don't want to play the island yet. That's not what we want to do. What we want to do is, because of this ability, whenever you cast a creature spell with converted mana cost 3 or less, investigate. So what we're going to do now is we're going to cast this. So we get to investigate, which is cool. Now we cast the land. When we cast the land, we're going to get to investigate again. This is really cool. This is really, really cool. Now, the crummy thing about the clues is that you still have to pay for them. They still cost mana, but whatever. It's fine. So we want to swing with this. The other guy can't fly. What's his little symbol mean? Delirium. Okay. That's a very new one for me. Let's attack. Confirm. There we go. That's going to be 2 damage. And that will end my turn. I really like what's going on right now. I am a huge fan of what's going on right now. I don't know what Avison has up her sleeve, and God knows that she's got 6 hand cards, and that could be a problem, but I'm feeling pretty happy about things. I am definitely not going to block. I will take the 3 because I would rather have this dude. And this guy starts getting +1/+1 counters when we sacrifice clues, so he's going to get big and strong, and that's great. Skip blocking. This is going to be one of those games where if we have to take damage, then we will, because we really need to focus on keeping our guys alive. They all seem to work together, and they all seem to work for clues. Runaway Carriage, Trample, a 5/6. Good God. When Runaway Carriage attacks or blocks, sacrifice it at the end of combat. Okay, so it does 5 trample damage, but it only does it once. And it's not even like some of the red cards where you can bring them back from the graveyard. Ulvenwald Mysteries. It's an enchantment. Whenever a non-token creature you control dies, investigate. Whenever you sacrifice a clue, put a 1/1 white human soldier creature token onto the battlefield. Huh. Okay, alright, once again, it's all about order of operations, getting the most out of how these cards benefit from one another. So this thing, we get to investigate, which is cool if a non-creature token dies, or non-token creature dies. None of our guys are in any danger of dying right now, so that's fine. But when you sacrifice a clue, you get a free 1/1 creature, and that's awesome. So that's good. We want that. We also want Graph Mole, because when the Graph Bowl needs to be out before we start sacrificing clues, basically, because we're going to get a bunch of life gain off of that. So I think the correct answer is to go ahead and put the island in, because this guy will get another clue from it. Okay. Once again, it's difficult, but we're getting there. Island. So we get another clue. A lot of clues. And then this is creature spells. So it doesn't work for the enchantment, but, you know, still helpful. So we're going to put the Graphmo in, but we're not going to sacrifice clues yet, because we want this to be in before we do that, because then if we sacrifice clues, we get 1/1 human creatures. Yeah. But when we put this in, because it's a creature with a converted mana cost 3 or less, because of the Bygone Bishop, we will actually get another clue. There are so many clues. Holy crap. Okay. Now I think we're ready to continue. And I'm not even worried about the carriage running into me with 5 damage, because when we sacrifice clues, we'll start gaining health again, so it's not even a big deal. It's saying to attack, and I disagree with this guy. I do not want to risk losing him. He's the guy that actually gets bigger when we sacrifice clues. That's great. That's freaking awesome. Now, I will swing with this guy, because he's in the air. But definitely not the other dude. The attack goes through, obviously, 2 damage, which is not a lot, but is fine. Totally fine. This is so combo-y. I freaking love it. It's awesome. We can't benefit from the clip wings. I'm just going to continue. I'm just going to continue for now. I really want Ulvenwald Mysteries in before I start cracking the things, because having all those creature tokens to just be chump blockers, that's great. This is such an exciting match. I think this is already the most fun I've had on Shadows over Innistrad, and that's saying a lot, because it's been really fun so far. Oh, come on. Swing with that 5/6. I know you want to. There it is. Okay, block step. I'm not gonna. I'll take 5. I'm keeping these guys safe. And now he sacrificed. Oh, look at this. Look at this board. You got to be playing something, though. You've got 5 land and 5 cards in hand. What's that? Scroll of Avison. 1 and sacrifice it. Draw a card. If you control an angel, you gain 5 life. Okay. Is that thing an angel? That's not an angel. But it's just in for right now. She doesn't have to use it. She can use it once she gets an angel. She also only used 1 mana, so here comes more stuff. Angelic Purge, sorcery. As an additional cost to cast Angelic Purge, sacrifice a permanent, exile target artifact, creature, or enchantment. That sucks. What are you targeting? Stop timer? That's what I was afraid of. Man. That's my good one. That's the one who could grow up to be big and strong and cause all sorts of problems for all sorts of people. Unfortunately, I don't really have a response to this. In response, I could crack one of my investigations, but I'm still waiting because I really want to get those humans. And making this guy any bigger isn't going to make him safe from exile. There's no reason to prevent this from happening. I might as well just let it go. That really sucks, though. That really sucks. I'm not happy about that. So there's Sturmgeist, and that was the reason that I grabbed 2 islands early on in the match, so I'm still glad I did that. The appropriate response at this point is probably to play the Ulvenwald Mysteries. Go ahead and get that in. Yeah. Although, getting this guy in and start doing combat damage to a player would be really helpful. Because, for one, it's some solid damage that we're doing, but then also, we would be able to draw cards from that, and then he'd get even more powerful. And he's right now, you're a 4/2? Oh, there's 4 card types, so it's a 4/2 first strike. That's disgusting. I need to be careful. I need to be really careful. But Sturmgeist could help me be careful. Okay. I'm going to put Sturmgeist in. That goes in. I don't get any sort of benefits from that. But it's in. It's a 3-3. Go to the attack step. Going to go ahead and swing with this. Keep swinging for 2. I'm going to keep my 2-4 safe. Partially because that thing is a 4-2 first strike and would kill me, and that would suck. I gotta keep my wits about me. They may only have 1 creature on the battlefield, but they have 3 cards in their hand. And this battle was probably far from over. Let's see what you're gonna do. Another land. I'm just waiting on bated breath here. No reason for you not to swing, really. Unless you just need a blocker for later. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take the 4. If I had untapped mana, then things could be different. But, alright, I'm down to 8. You've got second main, you've got 5 untapped land, you got 3 cards in hand. Here it is. It's another one. That's another 4-2 first strike. Alright, this is where we start getting a little bit worried. Just a little bit. Okay, we drew a Journey to Nowhere. That's fun. That's very fun. So I really wanted to get this in. That was one of my goals. Oh man. I gotta think about this a little bit though. I wanted to play this because if I put this in and sacrifice a clue, which I was going to do, I was going to get a 1/1 creature token, and that's helpful. Also, by sacrificing a clue, I will get 3 life, which is helpful. When I play the mysteries, the Sturmgeist will go down to 3/3, but when I crack the clue, he'll go back up to 4/4. When I swing and do combat damage to a player this turn, I'll get to draw a card and he'll become a 5/5, but he'll be tapped, so he won't be able to block next turn. He is going to be the way I can deal with those 4/2 first strikes. I still think that this is probably my best bet, though. I also have Journey to Nowhere, which is a real good way to shut one of those guys up for good. No, I want the 1/1. I think that's what I want to do. Okay, I'm going to put this in. That guy goes in. Now I will go ahead and sacrifice one of my clues. That activates, which means I get 3 life. That activates, which means I get a 1/1. And I get to draw a card. And it's a Glacial Fortress. I also haven't played a land this turn, which is helpful. So I guess I can go ahead and play that. The guy that I needed for land drop is gone now, so... The problem is if I play this, my Sturmgeist gets weaker. Huh. I'm pretty satisfied where I'm at right now. I can always play it in second main. Let's go to the attack step and see how I feel about things. I definitely want to attack with the 4/4, because if I do combat damage, I get to draw a card, and that's really big for me right now. There's also no reason to hold back with the 2/3 if I don't plan on blocking with the 2/3, and I don't plan on blocking with the 2/3. The 1/1 that I made is my chump blocker, and I'm going to get a ton more chump blockers next time because I'm going to start cracking all those stupid artifacts. So I'm just going to swing for 6. That seems like a good thing to do. No blockers because I'm in the air. 6 damage. Goes from 14 down to 8. I did combat damage, so I get to draw a card. Oh, they cracked their thing. Sorry, I need to remember what that does, because now I don't remember what that does. Pay 1 and sacrifice it, draw a card. If you control an angel, you gain 5 life. So they used it to draw a card, but they don't control an angel, so that was weird. I guess they just felt uncomfortable with having a small amount of life. Whatever. So I have a 5/5, which is good. And I can actually swing for win next game. I'm pretty sure. I'm already doing 7 in the air. And if next turn I'll draw a card, so my Sturmgeist will become a 6/6. That's 8 in the air. That's enough to win the game. So even though I desperately want to play one of these cards right now, if I hold on to them, I actually may just win the game. That said, I can also crack all those clues. Huh. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and put this in then. That might seem odd, but I'm going to put that in because I can crack those clues and I'm going to get even more power and toughness than I even had. There's one attacking. Okay. I'm obviously going to chump block with this guy. Have fun hitting him. 4 damage to the one, and it's first strike. I never even get a chance to retaliate, but it doesn't matter. He's gone. Let's see what Avison's got going on now. It is a Gold Knight Redeemer. There's the Angel, a 4/4 flyer. When it enters the battlefield, you gain 2 life for each other creature you control. So she's going to gain 4 additional life here. That is, I'll admit, a bit of a problem, but it only delays the inevitable. And I have drawn Sturmgeist. Sturmgeist is a 3/3 flyer. When Sturmgeist enters the battlefield, tap target creature an opponent controls. That creature doesn't untap during its controller's untap step for as long as you control Sturmgeist. Isn't that a great creature? It's fantastic. Also, really great art. Scary looking things. Okay, so my plan had been to start cracking these. Right now I'm thinking like I could probably use Journey to Nowhere on that 4/4, but I could also just use Sturmgeist. Sturmgeist kind of takes care of doing the same sort of thing, because if this thing's tapped, it's not going to do jack diddly, and that's pretty helpful. So if I play this, if I'm going to make my 5/5 stronger, I'm still going to need to use the artifacts, but that's all right. Let's get this in. Let's get the Sturmgeist in first. Choose a creature to tap. Yes, I want to tap my artifact. That thing, obviously. Things are not going so well for you, Avison. Blue is controlling the crap out of you. So let's go ahead and crack one of these, which gives me yet another chump blocker and 3 life. So all of these things start happening. Very happy with that. And I drew a card. I may be interested in playing land. I'm not sure yet, but I don't have to decide now. I can go to the attack step. I don't have a 4/4 Angel to block me anymore, which is very nice. So I'm going to swing with the 5/5, and I'm also going to swing with the 2/3, confirm attack. Man, it's really crazy and awesome to see blue work like this. You know, Avison's trying stuff and just continually getting shut down. And even though she was able to get up to 12 health, it doesn't matter, because now she's back down to 5. And I got to draw another card. And I have this. I didn't even think about that. I could have used clip wings. I have so many. They've just been like laying over here. I'm not even using them. I can play land. It doesn't even matter, because if you don't come up with a crazy solution, I am going to win the pants off of you next round. What are you gonna do? Nothing. You better have something in main. Here we go. Seraph of Dawn, a 2/4 flying lifelink angel. It's too little too late. That is too little too late. I am sorry. And I got another Bygone Bishop. Wow. I could investigate even more if I wanted to. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. But I've won the game. Unless you've got something crazy that I'm not aware of, I've definitely won the game. So I'm going to do clip wings, because that will go ahead and get rid of... I can play it twice. I'm awful. That will go ahead and get rid of the... They'll probably use it to kill off their 4/4, not their 2/4. That's the only problem. If I Journey to Nowhere, I just bypass this problem entirely, don't I? Yeah, okay. Journey to Nowhere. Sorry. Yeah, it's unfortunate. You are getting exiled. Unless you have some way to deal with that. And you don't. Yep, sorry. Okay, so now there's nothing that can stand in my way. But let's add insult to injury, shall we? And add cards in our hand to make our 5/5 Sturmgeist a little stronger. Alright, cycle through available mana configurations to pay for this. Do I have anything else I'm going to do? No, not really. It doesn't matter. That's fine. And you see, when I do that, I actually gain life. It's really funny how that works. And I get another chump blocker. And then I drew a card. Now, because I still have some mana, I'm actually going to do this again. Pay that more, and then I actually go back up to the amount of life I started the match with. I am back to 20 health. Oh, goodness golly gee willikers. Let's go to the attack step, shall we? Because I don't even have to swing with multiple people anymore. I just have to swing with one, and it would be over. That is so thrilling. Let's swing in the air with this guy, and this guy, and this guy. I don't know why it wants me to swing here, because I would die. Like, they have first strike. Game, why are you trying to get my guys to kill themselves? That is a wonderful 12 damage when you only have 5 life. I'm back up to 20. I don't know what your problem is. Let's see how this goes, shall we? No blockers, no instants. 2 damage. 7 damage. And 3 damage. 20 to -7. Man, that was fun. The whole clue thing was awesome. I loved that. As soon as I saw that opening hand, I was like, oh my god, these all work together. That was so much fun, to continually gain life and make chump blockers. The only thing that really sucked was, I think what would have been one of my favorite cards was that guy that continually gained +1/+1 counters. But unfortunately, he didn't get to stick around long. But he wasn't needed, so I guess it worked out. Just as Jace and Tamio believe they have managed to contain Avison, the Archangel unleashes the full force of her fury upon the pair. The cathedral crumbles around them, and the planeswalkers are knocked to the ground. Okay, but... did we do it? Oh my god! There's a secret one! Wow. I was like, that's not really... that really doesn't wrap up the story well, and it's because it didn't. There's a secret 6th battle. Clever game. Clever. Well, folks, thank you so much for watching. We controlled the crap out of Avison, but now we're going to have to control the crap out of Avison Mark II. We'll be doing that next week. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week for more StephenPlays Friday Night Magic.